Life can change in an instant. One moment, you're sailing smoothly, the sun on your face. The next, storm clouds gather, unleashing their fury. It was during one such storm that I found myself lost and afraid. I had worked hard, built a life I was proud of, but fate, it seemed, had other plans. The business deal went sour. My life savings, gone. It felt like the ground had been pulled from under me, leaving me in free fall. The bustling city around me seemed to mock my despair, its lights and sounds a stark contrast to the darkness enveloping my soul. Friends I thought I could rely on, vanished. Their absence was a cold reminder of the fragility of human connections. The park, once a place of solace, now felt like a vast, empty expanse, echoing my loneliness. The weight of my world crashed down, burying me under its immense pressure. Every breath felt labored, every step a monumental effort. The rain, relentless and unyielding, mirrored the storm within me. I felt hopeless, alone, adrift in a sea of despair. The vast ocean before me seemed to stretch endlessly, a reflection of the emptiness I felt inside. The horizon, once a symbol of hope, now seemed unreachable. Sleepless nights turned into agonizing days. The passage of time became a blur, each moment blending into the next. The nights were the hardest, filled with haunting thoughts and restless tossing. Doubt whispered insidious suggestions, amplifying my fears. Every shadow seemed to hold a threat, every whisper a reminder of my failures. The forest, once a place of adventure, now felt like a maze with no exit. This, I thought, was my rock bottom. But in the depths of my despair, a small voice inside me whispered of resilience, of the possibility of rising again. It was faint, almost drowned out by the noise of my anguish, but it was there, a glimmer of hope. One evening as I sat by the window watching the rain lash against the glass, I felt a profound sense of loneliness. The world outside seemed to mirror my inner turmoil, each raindrop a tear I had yet to shed. The rhythmic patter of the rain was almost hypnotic, drawing me deeper into my thoughts. My gaze fell upon a small, forgotten book. It was my grandmother's Bible, covered in dust, a relic of a time when faith was a cornerstone of our family. I hesitated for a moment, memories of her gentle voice and warm embrace flooding back. Memories of her unwavering faith, her gentle strength, flooded back. She was a beacon of hope in our lives, always turning to her Bible in times of trouble. Her hands, now aged and frail in my memories, had once held this very book with such reverence. It was as if a tiny flame flickered to life within me. The darkness that had enveloped my heart began to lift, ever so slightly. The candle's flame, though small, was a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest times light can find its way through. I opened it, my heart heavy with despair, and began to read. The pages, worn and fragile, held stories and lessons that had been passed down through generations. Each word seemed to speak directly to my soul, offering comfort and solace. The words, though familiar, resonated with a new depth, offering a lifeline to my drowning soul. They were more than just words. They were a connection to my past, a bridge to a time when life was simpler and faith was unshakable. In that moment, I found a glimmer of hope, a reason to believe that better days were ahead. I started small. A simple prayer in the morning, a whispered plea for strength. Each day, I held on to those words, drawing comfort from their timeless wisdom. Slowly, a glimmer of hope began to pierce the darkness. The world seemed a little less bleak, the burden a little lighter. I clung to my faith, my anchor in the storm. It wasn't a sudden turnaround, but a gradual climb out of the abyss. Small victories began to appear. A new job opportunity, a renewed sense of purpose, a rekindled belief in myself. The storm hadn't vanished entirely, but I was no longer lost in its fury. I had found my compass, my guiding star. That star was my faith. Looking back, I realized the truth in Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This verse has been a cornerstone in my life, a reminder that no matter the trials and tribulations, there is a greater plan at work. My journey taught me that even in the darkest moments, when hope seems like a distant memory, there is always a glimmer of light. Faith is the beacon that guides us home. It is the unwavering light that pierces through the thickest fog, showing us the way when we are lost. It may not erase the storm, but it provides the strength to weather it. The storms of life are inevitable, but with faith, we find the courage to face them head-on. It is this strength that allows us to stand firm, even when the winds of adversity threaten to knock us down. Today, I stand as a testament to the power of faith, a living example that even from rock bottom, redemption is possible. Embrace your faith, and let it guide you towards a brighter tomorrow. Each day is a new opportunity to rise above the challenges, to grow stronger in our beliefs and to move closer to the life we are meant to live. With faith as our compass, we can navigate the journey of life with hope and resilience, knowing that a brighter tomorrow awaits us all. Please like, share and subscribe to Southern Halo Vibes.